Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. All things in this video are alleged and from my opinions only. They are used for entertainment purposes. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Right now, I wanted to talk about the Family Business New Orleans Season 1, Episode 3, Mask On. It is available right now on BET Plus. And let's get started. I wanted to basically, because I was trying to decide if I wanted to show a clip of one of last week's episodes, but let me do that. Let me show this clip from last week. Let me show one of these clips from last week, and then we'll get into what happened this week.
Protect your family and your club. Look, you don't know what this family is about. It's not just about private jets and luxury cars. It's a lifestyle built on drugs, quick business, and violence.
Mama, listen, I get it. You don't want me involved with drugs, and I don't plan on it. My life's ambition is to run this casino and this club and leave it to your grandchildren. But it's going to be some times where I got to fight. And if I got to bring everything in my arsenal, whether it's my drug dealer cousin from New York or my bounty hunter cousin from Waycross, so be it. Because I'm a Duncan and we fight. That's what we do.
Don't you understand? I was just trying to protect you.
But it's too late. I'm not a child no more. I'm a grown-ass man. And now it's my time to protect you.
I guess you're right. But I'm going to have to get used to that.
You do. So, what are we doing about this young LeBlanc situation? How'd the funeral go?
That situation has been handled.
How?
Like you said, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to protect your family and your club.
Okay, so that's how it ended pretty much for the most part last week when they thought they had the John LeBlanc situation handled. But as we know, with the way the episode ended last week, old Skunky that was looking between the trees decided he was going to go find John and tell him what he saw. So with that being said, this episode starts out with John LeBlanc and Saint. They were sitting outside in a car watching the club that they had basically taken from Red. You remember Red is the guy that owned the club where John shot him and his son or grandson, or whichever the case may be, in the club and basically took the club. So now Saint, while they were talking, they were sitting there talking about, how much money they're going to make out of the club. But then they also start talking about how much money they could make if they had Midnight Blues, which is the casino that Big Shirley owns, and how much money they could wash through that casino. So of course Saint is like, well, shoot, we can take the blues from Big Shirley, like, it's nothing. We can just take that, just like we did this one. So John is like, the Duncans really are no slouches, because he thought they only had Floyd, and he was telling him don't underestimate Marquise. And then you got Big Shirley. She's crazy and she got a lot of bodies on her. But, outside of that, Big Shirley has the sheriff and the mayor and all of them in her pocket. So right now you can't mess with the golden goose. So of course, he was like, But be patient. Just be patient, because just like Red, I'm gonna have that club too. But that's how that goes. But little do they, that's their thought process. But they don't know all the ties with other, kingpins and stuff that, they don't know it's a bunch of killers in this family. They don't know. They don't know that. They just think it's Big Shirley and her kids. They don't know nothing about the rest of them killers that they got. And a lot of them are actually there in New Orleans right now. And we'll see where next we see where Marquise gets a visit from one of the neighbors. Excuse me. And he was talking about one of the customers had ran over their fence. And he was talking about it had he had talking about that had killed something in the when they ran over the fence. Because even when they was talking and telling him that whatever, I forgot the name of it, that it was part of the family. And so they was like, they're going to need compensation and stuff like that. So while they were talking, Marquise thinking they're talking about a person. I'm over here thinking, I said, I bet you talking about a doggone cow. And lo and behold, it lets them know that that was their most prized bull. So Marquise is like, y'all in here talking about 150 grand for a bull. So I mean, I understand you got your, you like you love your animals and stuff, but 150 grand, that's a lot. These folks is all about getting over as best they can. So of course, evidently the neighbors are related to the alderman or whoever he is. So they say he's going to hear from him because they're not zoned for that kind of traffic or whatever. Being that Big Shirley has the mirror in her pocket, I'm sorry, they'll probably be fine. So we go on to where Saint goes in the club, where he's reintroduced to a guy that he knew from prison, and the guy joins the organization. I guess he's going to be running the dope or whatever they get from Sebastian. And so out the blue, old dude starts talking about a prostitute that was banging and whatever. And Prince, who is Saint's brother, is basically trying to tell the guy to hush. And he keep talking. Saint ended up jumping up, punching him and beating him up. And they was like, Saint, you gotta stop, because he's gonna be the one that's gonna be running this stuff for us. You gotta let this go. Only for him to tell a guy, don't mention my wife again. And then he's looking at him, so you look like that's the face of somebody that ain't gonna let this go. And he ended up shooting the guy, taking him out. He offed him. But either way it go, evidently Saint married a prostitute. And he going nuts over this woman that is freely giving her coochie out to whoever. And if we being honest, we've already met the little prostitute. Anyway, next we'll see where everyone is at the masquerade party. We'll see where the mayor speaks to John LeBlanc, and he offers his condolences and says something about the Gators. Of course, John says he doesn't think his brother was killed by Gators. So he was like, the mayor tells John, asks him, does he have any information or whatever, because they're gonna continue looking into it. And it also tells him not to take the law into his own hands, and they will continue to investigate. Of course, we know the mayor knows that the man wasn't unalived or killed by alligators. But we also know we never saw anyone actually off him. So next we're gonna see where, Crazy Larry has made it to New Orleans and he is at the masquerade ball. He goes to Nene, who's sitting outside, and asks her to dance. And she's like, no, I'm married. I'm only going to dance with my husband. So he kept talking. And then, he make that little noise he make when he laughing. And she realized that it was him. And so, she got up and started dancing with him. Next, we will see where Skunk. Babe, I'm sick of this skunk. I'd be glad when somebody put this skunk out. We will see where the skunk tries to get into the casino to the masquerade ball. You know, the masquerade ball. Excuse me. He had a gun that they took from him. And Floyd asked, was that the only one he had? He says yes. He tells the other security guys to check around his ankles. He has another gun. He did ask them, does he have a ticket? He says yes. They looking for the ticket. He says, I got a ticket, but can't find the ticket. Of course, no ticket, no entry, put him out. So he basically got put out. So, of course, another reason for Skunky to be mad. Next, we'll see where, Jean has left his wife at this point. Evidently, the stuff from Sebastian has come in, is at their little trap house or whatever the case may be. So he went there, left his wife there. And next, we're going to see Curtis. And Curtis is gambling and the wife is next to him and, she's blowing on his dice and everything. Curtis ends up asking her to dance. She agrees. So, of course, they sitting there flirting and whatnot. And Lauren goes outside. One of Jean LeBlanc's boys, the Prince guy who is the brother of Saints, he goes behind Lauren and he is flirting with her and trying to get to know her or whatever. Next we're gonna see where Marquise and Antoinette are gonna be in his office screwing. As you all know, if you watched the first episode, we were introduced to Antoinette screwing Marquise in the opening of the series. And so in this, we're going to see where she's screwing him again. And outside, we will have Saints, where he goes to, he's walking around the casino looking for his wife, can't find his wife. So the security guard goes to the office and tells Marquise that Antoinette's husband is looking for her. And I'm over here like, I knew that hoe was doggone Saint's wife. I knew it. I knew that hoe was his wife. So he's sitting up here looking for the hoe and she back there boning Marquise. Anyway, he gives them the heads up, let them know. So she comes out. And when she comes out, she goes to the security guard and fixes his necklace or something. Saint walks up while she's fixing his necklace, and he goes, I knew you were screwing my wife. I knew it. But the security guard is actually not the one screwing the wife. The wife is screwing Marquise. So Saint goes nuts on the security guard, beats him up and stuff all over it. You know your wife a hoe. You know she a prostitute. So why are you tripping, dude? Why you married that hoe? But anyway, he beats the guy up. And he snatches the wife saying we getting out of here club. And she's talking about she gotta work. And he tells her she quits. And he pulls her up out the club. They end up running into the funky skunk. And the skunk is is like, I need to talk to you. I got something to tell John LeBlanc. And he was like, you must not know who I am. You're like, I know who you are. You're a killer. I ain't trying to die. I mean, so I got information on Pierre, which is John LeBlanc's brother. And he was like, what kind of information you got? Well, basically, he knows that he wasn't killed by gators. So he takes him and the wife up out of there because, he knows what he knows. Next, we're going to see where Curtis and LeBlanc's wife are still flirting, and they're talking about different stuff. She tells him that in the morning she loves her husband, at night she hates him. And so Curtis asks her how she feels now. She takes his mask off and then she kisses him. I feel like her and Curtis gonna end up fucking. I do. But then, she ends up walking off and leaving. I think he followed her. I don't know where it went because they didn't show them anymore. But I do believe they're gonna end up screwing. Because, yeah. So now the last scene is where we are at the trap house and John is talking to the skunk. And the skunk lets him know that he knows for a fact that Pierre was not killed by gators because he know where he was killed at. And he know who was carrying the body. So he was like, well, who killed my brother? And it was like, now that I don't know. I don't know who killed your brother. But I do know who I saw carrying the body. So he asked him, who did you see carrying my brother's body? And he tells him he saw Floyd carrying the body. And my thing was, the skunk is just mad because he got put out the club, because then he gonna sit there and say that he didn't like Floyd anyway. He ain't like that chicken foot weird motherfucker anyway. But I'm gonna show you because basically that's the end of that episode. But I'm gonna show you where Floyd was wearing the chicken foot. Where the girl gave him that chicken foot. See if I can pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Show y'all where he was. Let me take this down because I don't think I took the other one down where I played the video, but I don't think I took it down now. Yeah, that's my fault. So this is where the girl gave him.
What you want me to do with that?
I want you to wear it. Never ever take it off.
Is that a damn chicken foot on?
Don't touch it. That is a chicken foot. You know what Jesus is not. Please put.
Is that a chicken foot?
Boy, don't.
She got you with the chicken foot.
I have to give you something.
And let me see. This is the one I showed earlier because now that I came back and looked at it, I realized I didn't take my overlay off, so y'all heard it, but you didn't see it. My bad.
Look, you don't know what this family is about. It's not just about private jets and luxury cars. It's a lifestyle built on drugs, quick business, and violence.
Mama, listen, I get it. You don't want me involved with drugs, and I don't plan on it. My life's ambition is to run this casino and this club and leave it to your grandchildren. But it's going to be some times where I got to fight. And if I got to bring everything in my arsenal, whether it's my drug dealer cousin from New York or my bounty hunter cousin from Waycross, so be it. Because I'm a Duncan and we fight. That's what we do.
Don't you understand? I was just trying to protect you.
But it's too late. I'm not a child no more. I'm a grown-ass man. And now it's my time to protect you.
I guess you're right. But I'm gonna have to get used to that.
You do. So, what we doing about this young Juan situation? How'd the funeral go?
That situation has been handled.
How?
Like you said, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to protect your family and your club. Look.
And that's basically it for this episode. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you all have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye.